Hello, fellow traders. What's going on? Welcome to another episode of the Wolf Den Trader Takeaways. I'm your host, The Wolf. Today's Tuesday, August 6th. We had some runners today. Still summer trading. Getting a little bit of that volatility back. Scanners were warmed up, nice and toasty this morning. We appreciate that, guys. Thanks for the volatility. It's a nice day. I actually took a trader nap. Man, I watched about 6-7 hours today. And lights out. With that being said, Rebecca, thank you so much. Now, look at this monster. This is NPTN. Now, NPTN, we had some filings going on this morning. We took a look real quick. Let's just go over that. We had a 424 come out August 2nd. I just took a quick skim over it and didn't get the proper reading in the morning, but there's 100,000 shares out, ATM style. Also, they have a time release with shares being exposed at the closing price, 1 million on August 15th, 1 million on September 15th of 2019, 1 million February 15th, 2020, 1.5 million May 1st, 2020 for the total of 4.5 million. If you guys saw that on the title, that's a time release. Those shares will be bought at the closing price of those days. But to rewind it, we have an 80 million ATM from the stockholders' equity shareholders. So they released they capped it at 80 million. And they capped the share size at 8.261 million. Now, if they max out the ATM, which is probably one of their goals to do, that gives us an average share price of $9.68. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to $9.68. I'm just saying there's an $80 million ATM at a maximum of 8.261 million shares, and that equals $9.68. Now, with that being said, that was not organic price action today, that's for sure. We traded this thing short all day long. We took a minimal beating on it. We are down on the name, 22 cents. We're down 22 cents off our average. We closed with a 555.46 average, and we took some home. We're expecting this to gap down. This is a New York Stock Exchange ticker. Now, we traded APHA yesterday. That was a New York Stock Exchange. These tickers have a different soul, I guess you could call it. They're just a little bit different. But real quick, a sub-industry semiconductors, right? 46.4 million shares outstanding. The market cap closed today, 270 million. All right, now with that being said, let's jump over to the Jumbotron. This is the 3-year chart. This is what we like to see. We get a quick look at this 3-year fade, right? Now, this is a legit company, but they pushed to 1850, give or take, and now we're trading at 3-year lows. What's that? 156-week lows. Besides 517. But let's take a look at this volume distribution, right? That's what we're interested in. We're interested in the volume distribution, so let's enhance. Now let's auto enhance. It's a new feature we got here at Wolf Trading. Enhance. All right. So we're gapping up right here now. Resistance right here. These are decision points. You can see 730. Look at this distribution right here. I wish I had my annotations. So 730 to 553. This is a distribution that we're looking at for resistance. Now, I know you guys are probably normally looking at the candles. Just try to fade those candles out and get on my page. Get on my level, right? I'm not saying it's the right level. I just want you guys on this level for just this second. Now let's zoom in. We're not looking at the candles. We're looking at the gray volume deposits, right? The farther to the right, the more volume deposited at that price, right? Here's volume deposited at 599. Here's volume deposited at 597, right? Look, we got a little bit of extra volume at 587, just to give you guys that liquidity split layout on the volume profile. Now, here we are right here. Here's today. We closed at 580, right around there. And we had lines out, right? We had 553, right? We'll get over to executions, but we're looking at resistance. If this thing wants to push again tomorrow, what's our plan? We need to have a plan on this. So we have levels that we're going to be watching at 591, and then also right here at 620. Now 620 to 677 is a secondary consolidation. Now let's zoom in on that. You can see here's the main consolidation, right? From 730, right, down to 553. But now let's get in on that micro level right here. Okay, now these are LVNs. These are not decision points. These are key areas of interest, and we are expecting a reaction, potentially a continuation or a rejection, right? We want to know what's going to happen at these levels. So I'm just giving you guys some levels that what I got in case anybody else is trading this as well. With that being said, let's go over to executions. Now, let's go full screen on this monster. So we got in pre-market here. I was under the assumption that there was active dilution. The ATM is effective. It's guns hot and it's ready to roll. I was not aware that it's just shareholder equity, shareholders. But we worked into a 509 average and we trimmed 60% of the position off at 502. So we're taking a little bit of padding. Now I had targets in the room. I said like 490, 472, and like 450s. That's where I wanted this thing to go. I built a nice little average. This actually, me and our moderator Elliot were going over this chart. This 521 average was not inducive to this last fill right here at 534. So basically, I caught the exhaustion nicely. This was a nice looking chart right here into 10 a.m. I'm catching exhaustion. I'm coming down. Now the potential for the dilution in the ATM gave me the confidence to add an additional 500 shares at 516. Now that gave me an average probably close to where this 521 is. It's tough, man. I'm in multiple plays and I'm trying to hand annotate these averages. They're not always exact. They're not concrete. Let's just put it that way. But it gives me an idea of where I'm at. And so I'm taking profit here, taking a nice little profit. The majority of the shares off here, catching low targets is what we want. And then the battle begins from that point forward. I'm just trying to get into a rhythm, and I didn't do that well. I'm adding under VWAP. This is a mistake. I'm just going to point out the mistakes. This is a mistake getting in too soon. This is emotional trading, right? I add on top of VWAP. This is an ad that could have been avoided because look how close it is in relation to VWAP, right? That's usually a potential, especially for this micro support right here at 506. I could have done away with that, but I did notice, I'm carrying these shares, this 501 little micro average right here. I'm carrying them up, and then I went heavy on the 508, so I probably have, I'm thinking just real quick, I got like a 505 average on this right here, and then I take it off, right? So I'm taking it off at 505. So I'm wash trading strength, trying to build size. Now, yesterday's trade was a layered strategy. We're on a short swing, which we will be tomorrow on NPTN. Will be our layered strategy, right? We'll be core short, and we'll be trying to scalp commissions and overnight fees. That's becoming a bread and butter setup. The old 1-2 kapow pow, right? The Pung Tang, whatever. This is strategy. It's a layered strategy. We haven't named it yet. Leave some comments if you want to name this layered strategy. But here we are, just building up and over. This right here, I remember in the room now, this 350K 1 minute candle push right here, that was these manipulators dropping their pants. We got a good look and we saw what they're all about right here. We knew that they were involved. And then we were watching this right here, these two ads right here, this ad at 514 and this ad at 517 was off of this right here. So I started adding this volume up, right? And I identified in the room, we said, look, man, 350 is our fingerprint. That's all we got right now in terms of volume. That was a highly unorganic candle, 350K out of nowhere. So I added it up, and I'm just watching this thing, and I'm adding these candles up, and I made a nice little picture in the room. Add these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles up right here, and that added 350K. So I'm thinking in my mind, okay, these guys, that's what they have to spend on the push and then the dump. So I'm thinking, and this is purely speculation, but I'm thinking these guys are spreading it out a little bit. They're trying to get a grindy action. So they're going next level, but they're grindy. And that's just what I thought. And that gave me the conviction to add those two ads like I just said. And then we get the flush, and I'm taking it off. I like to stagger my targets because a lot of times one target is not going to get filled, right? I'd rather take 1 or 2 of the 3 fills than all or none. Especially, I mean, you can average the way you can average anything out. Basically, trading is an art, right? So I can take my target, divide it by 3, and space them out, +1 and -1 from the mean, and I can get any average you want. You guys know that. But for your newer guys who are trading small size, it's probably best to go single bullet. But as we get more advanced, there's a lot of strategies, right? And as I say, strategy is only dependent, is only limited per trader intelligence, right? The smarter we are, the more strategies we can develop, and it just comes over time. And that's what I need. I need more time. I need to develop these strategies, but we're learning and we're sharing as we go, right? Because these strategies, I'm not going to ever give up. I'm going to be doing this the rest of my life. I know where I'm going. I want you guys to go with me. So here we are taking profit right here. This was a beauty, but like I always say, it looks pretty on the chart, but usually when you get a bottom tick like that, it's a partial fill. And I got a 10% partial fill on that, I believe. So that 518, I think it was. I thought it was a 520. Maybe it was this one. Yeah, this one was... It looks so pretty hanging down there, but it was I got a 10% fill on that. So at least we're catching exhaustion on the buy end, and we're catching exhaustion on the seller end, right? Now we need to get in tune with that. That's our rhythm. Now, regardless if the stock is strong or if the stock is weak, we just want to be in a rhythm with the order flow. And that's a different style of trading, right? I have attention deficit disorders. I want to be involved. In all of the sports that I played, I had to be like the main guy, right? I was a catcher. I was a running back. I wrestle, whatever. Like I need to be involved in the trade. That's just my personality. If I had one entry and one exit, that would drive me crazy. So if, and my goal as a trader is to become, I want to go after these market makers. I want to get in there. I don't want to be a small fish. I don't want to be retail the rest of my life. Not that it's a bad thing. You make a nice living doing that, but we have big goals and big dreams at Wolf Trading, and we're glad to have the guys that we do in the room. So, there's nothing really stand out on this trade. I should have had more risk adverse. I didn't stop out that much. I had some trim stops right here at this 550 level, and we shouted out in the room that we wanted 550 in pre-market. I think at 9:17 a.m. I said that I want to see at least 550, another leg up of strength, and we got it. We got it all right. Another thing too I want to share with you guys is when we're carrying an average up, there's 3 things that I'm always going to be aware of, right? Now, out of these 3 things, none of this data is going to slip my mind. I want to know my size. I want to know where my average is in relation to current price, right? Whether I'm down 10 cents or up 10 cents. I need to know my size. I need to know where I'm at in relation to current price in regards to my average. And I need to know my realized profits or realized loss, because I have to add that and factor that into my average. Now, here's an example. This morning, I'm taking profit, so I'm up. I'm taking profit here too. So, and here I believe too. And here I believe too. I was in the green until we hit that 550 mark, but I was losing profit as we went up, but I was green realized from the beginning. So now, just an example right here. I have a 520 average, and these aren't 100% perfect, as our moderator Elliot so gently pointed out to me. But here's a 520 average, right? Let's say right here. And price is trading at 530, let's just say. So that gives me an idea. I'm 10 cents down, and that probably was right here. So I added a little bit more. But either way, I'm probably have a 524 average right here at 530. So I need to know that I'm 6 cents behind. Now, when I know I'm 6 cents behind, I look at my realized profit, and I can add my realized profit into my current average. Now, this is, I guess it would be statistics. It's not geometry or trigonometry. We're not gauging velocity of bullets. We're not snipers per se. But no, here's basic numbers. If I have 1,000 shares at 522 and I'm 8 cents down, right, on 1,000 shares. Now, if I'm realized 800 in profit, that's going to wash my average, right? Or if I'm up $1,000 realized and I have 1,000 shares, right, I can add that into my current average. So those 3 numbers I need to know, and those are always fluxing. And that's when I say trading is an art, because you're going to have all 3 of those numbers if you're trading this way, if you're trading in a rhythm, in the order flow rhythm. you're going to have fluctuations in those three numbers. And down the road, we're going to get with some programmers, and I want to have this information on the screen. Shout out to the programmers who want to help us develop stuff like this. We would love to talk to you, sit down, have some lunch. Let's do that. But these are the things that we want to know, and this is the future of where we're headed. So I will get back into that more later, but this is really the only trade I'm going over today. We're at 15 minutes, so I'm going to kind of wrap it up. But, basically just trying to catch exhaustion. And I know, like right here, this is a huge mistake. So this needs to be highlighted. Let's just take, I'm not trimming right here, right? So there needs to be a trim here, or I need to trim at, trim down here. I carried up. I must have been feeling like Superman off of this profit right here. And that happens to me. That does. I'll take some nice profit and I'll feel invincible. This is something that I need to work on. I'm sure that that's a relatable topic, right? Traders normally lose their biggest losses after their largest wins. It just so happens that I'm taking 109 trades a day. So mine kind of, like I said, we're in that order flow, we're in that rhythm. Here's my averages. I'm catching exhaustion nicely. This is a nice little series right here, except for this. This is terrible. But after that, I'm trying to repad. Now I know I'm behind on that. I know I'm carrying this up. That forces me to take proper measures to stay in the game, right? I have a daily max loss. That wasn't even close to being triggered today. A lot of guys see this type of trading and they flat out just yell at me. I get yelled at all the time. But you know what? We don't want to be retail. I like it when retail guys DM me and they say, you can't do that. We just wave to them and smile. That's what we do because we're going up, right? And we're glad to have the Wolf Trading team with us. We're the Wolf Trading the Wolf Pack. That's what we are, baby. Here we are taking profit, probably washing off this average. We're trying to pad this average back, and then we get lucky. We get a nice flush. We're taking profit all the way down. Like I said, we are bottom taking this, getting 10% partial fill. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. Now here we go again. Now this is me. Now I'm watching this chart now. Now I'm in tune with my emotions in real time. Now I know at this point I'm heavy in the profit. Now let's see how I traded with a nice profit in the belly, right? I got money in the wallet and I'm still continuing to trade properly. Here we go. Nice little micro. Now I could have waited on this. I should have waited. Look at all these ads right here fighting. This is me. I can just tell right away. This is me getting very confident that this flush right here, this retracement from 554 down to 521 is 30 cents on 550. That's 7.5% retracement. That's not enough. We want to see 10, 12, 15%. This is a NASDAQ stock. It's different than this is a New York Stock Exchange ticker. This is different than my NASDAQ data, right? New York Stock Exchange stocks, especially stocks above $5, these banks are going to have more money in the long position. They feel safer, in my opinion. These low float NASDAQs that we trade, these banks don't want to get long on those, in my opinion. So here I am thinking that we have a potential backside. This is way too aggressive. I do trim. Not enough trims. I got to take more of the position off. Definitely. Look, now you'll see my average get hit right here. No, I did trim. This right here, Elliot, our moderator, pointed out this should have been a cut. He's absolutely right. Shout out to Elliot. The guy's growing immensely. He's just an amazing trader. We're excited to have him as our moderator. He said this should have been a cut. I did trim, I think 40, 50% of the position right here. And then look at me coming right back in. Right back in. This is emotional. Now I'm emotional now off taking a stop, taking a cut. And this is where the trading gets a little sloppy. But you can see my executions are getting pulled apart. Right? When I'm trading good, when I'm on fire, my trades are going to be, they're going to be sprayed. Right? When I'm trading good, I'm going to have more executions. When I'm trading bad, look, they're more sparse. And I am trimming the position. These are larger trims in relation to my position, even though my position size is getting smaller. This tells me that I probably lost a good majority of my realized gains. I did. And I think at this point, I went from realized green to realized red. And that takes... not only does that take a hit onto my average, now I can't use the realized green to pad my average. So right here I have a 555.46 average and we're trading at 585. Now I'm losing 30 cents. Remember down here I was losing 10 cents and with realized profit. Over here I was losing 20 cents with a little bit of realized profit. So that puts me at like 15 cents. Now I'm losing 28 cents. I remember reporting in the room I'm at a 28-cent deficit of my average to my current price with no realized profit. So now I'm trading a true 28-cent deficit. You better believe I'm going to take some nice trims right here, and the rest we're going to carry over. I did close out my SMSI swing position. I had a good size swing on that. I closed that out today to offset this loss. This loss wasn't that big. I still finished the day green. We traded SMSI, and also, I don't want to make this video too long, I'll show you, we traded APHA. Now APHA, I closed out yesterday. We were flat, and I was really involved with that trade that you just saw. This one, I put some feelers out, and we open up into the bell. I catch the exhaustion. That's kind of becoming our bread and butter. We're getting better at that. Right now, it's real trendy in the market for short sellers to pounce on stalling of the tape at the open. Now, you have to be quick because look at this. It started ranging right here between 7:39 and 7:30. So you got a 9-set range, but you got 5 minutes. I mean, like 1, 2, 3 or 4 minutes, and you got a nice little flush. And I missed it. I should have took some off right here, but I did not. I averaged up and took profit, and I let this one go. Actually, I did not. I carried some shares because of this. So, not the best trade here either. Oh, that's right. I did. I have size at 775 or something like that. I was waiting to get filled, and I did it. That's right. And I took the remainder of this 727 average off right here at watt break even, and then here's a couple tickers for profit. This was not the best trade. I was more involved in another trade that we just showed you. No excuses though. And then I'm adding back here at my 720 line. 720 was a major line yesterday. APHA, let's look at the jumbo real quick. APHA, we got that 720 line. Sorry, we got a little storm here in Florida, but the internet's okay. So 720 line. Just go ahead and enhance. Right? We just want to see this volume consolidation. Here's that 720 line right here. Right? And 704 is our line, and 720. Now, we've been trading 720 on and off for a few days. Now, this volume profile changes every day. It's starting to get a little bit different now that we're up onto this line. But 720 is our line, and that's where we came at. Now, I did not like the order flow and how it went past 720 right here, and then we came down. And this little basing right here kind of scared me. I had targets out at 712, I think 711 and below. But this, let's zoom in. See this basing? We got 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 candles with that nice base at 722. There might have been a bid soak or some spoofing right there. I'm not sure. But that gave me the reasoning behind taking some trim right here on top of VWAP, and correctly so, we pushed. Now, normally you guys know this is a bread and butter play. I'll catch some exhaustion close to VWAP. I'll take it off at VWAP, and then I normally try to catch exhaustion after this first initial push. This is a micro ABC push or 1, 2, 3, right? A little Elliott, bada boom. We could catch that. This is easy. We do this all the time. I'm not saying it's easy, but this would have been an easy catch. But look, from 730 down to 720, we would have to put some size on that because we're looking at a 10-cent range. If I was going to enter back up here, I would expect to take at least half off here, and I did not because I didn't trade it up here. Obviously, I had ads again. This one was more of like a secondary trade. I had ads at 736 and 738. I remember now, and they did not get filled. So this is me just kind of scalping the order flow, and I had larger ads out at higher time frame resistance, which is where the medium-sized players are at, in my opinion. And that's it, really. Small green today. We did a lot of commissions today. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. We traded a lot of shares. We got aggressive on the front side. We're expecting and hoping for NPTN to give us some more action tomorrow. We're short about 60% of that position. We did trim some off at the bell. And then tomorrow, hopefully, we'll have a nice recap for you explaining how we did the layered strategy again. Short core and intraday scalping. With that being said, let's hop over to the Wolf Trading Discord room just to give you guys a look at the runner's room, right? AKA the weapons room. Let's see what's running, what's going to be on play for tomorrow. Wake up, get a little breakfast, and then maybe possibly LPTX. This had a nice little after hours push and fade. This is on my radar. TTOO, tattoo, whatever you want to call it. A couple rejections around $1. Some guys in the room were watching this, and I think some guys caught this. I think some guys caught this long and short. I'm not sure. CLVS has a nice little push right here. Look at this trend. Now this thing stands out in my mind right here. Look at this. I want to know what's going on with that and who pushed that. That's the first thing that's just coming to my mind. And then look at this volume right here. This massive amount of volume doesn't even look organic, does it? So something's going on right here and something's going on right here. That's going to force me to take a look at the filings. Lone, L-O-N-E, we could get a nice little push. I'm looking at my levels right here. Look at this intraday volume consolidation, right? I want to know there's a conference call right there. And there's earnings. But look at this little volume package. This is going to act like a base, right? This is going to be a tiny little micro short-term consolidation, right? When we talk about micro support, this is what we're talking about right here. Now I'm looking at the volume, right? Now I'm going to focus my eyes into candle life, and now I see, I'm seeing where support is. But before I see the candles, I want to see the volume. And if you guys can train your eyes to notice that, you're going to get a 3D look of what's really going on. NPTN, we talked about that, just massive strength. The 550 line was respected, but this was a lot of inorganic price action. Remember we said we got that 350 candle right up the rip. Those guys dropped their pants, and they just ran it up. 80 million ATM coming at us soon. Guaranteed. ZAG, Z-A-G-G. This one was kind of midday. Now this, I don't know if it halted or what. I didn't really get a good look at it. Maybe they had some news come out. They did have earnings after hours today and a conference call. Doesn't look good. I wonder what happened in that call. No offense to the CEO of ZAG, but we want to know what you said. All right, guys, take care. That's it from the Wolf. Shout out to all the guys in the room who are studying so hard. Really appreciate that. Excited for the room and the growth. Shout out to the new guys, and we'll see you next time.